Welcome to the G80 BMW M3, the first official M3 ever put on this channel. Boys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm super excited about this car. One reason why. BMW M3 has been one of my favorite vehicles of all time. My favorite BMW of all time. Fun fact is an E46 M3, 02 to 06. Those are my favorite M3s of all time. I promise you, you will see one of those within this channel at some point. We'll say newer. They've been out a couple years now. G80 BMW M3. Now, from my favorite M3 to these, there is a massive difference. Massive difference. But I will say this. I'm in love with the way this car looks. I'm in love with the updated interior. You know what I'm also in love with? Wireless CarPlay. One thing you never ever see, but is needed in every car, wireless CarPlay. That I appreciate. By the way, featuring the Owala water bottle. Love these things. Sponsor me, please. Anyway, we'll do a little, before we switch it over to sequential, drive is comfortable, pretty smooth, handling is pretty nice. I'm happy I turned that steering thing off because that was not fun to feel. It already automatically puts the drive logic to 3. Oh boy. All right, we'll do,
everything, the engine and everything is still in comfort.
oh, okay.
If you want to turn that up too.
Interesting.
Go into sport.
Yeah, okay, so that's how you hit it, you just hit the screen. Yeah, more you know.
You
And
can use the
then,
wheel down here too.
yeah, you can use the dial. Pretty freaking cool. Yeah, so we'll try to sport, we'll move it to Sport Plus after. So it was in efficient and everything else is still in comfort. Cool, cool. All right, so we'll dial through these as we go along. We'll try different things, see if we feel anything. Oh my goodness. This car makes you want to hit 7 grand. Little third gear. Fast. Very, very, very fast. The acceleration. Oh, it's so fast. And it still shifts quick. And you said it's not an official DCT, right?
Yeah, it's an 8-speed torque converter.
Torque converter, yeah. Which is, I know they're doing that a little bit differently in some of the performance cars, but it still feels like a DCT because it's probably very similar. Actually, we'll do a little mini pull in sport, all sport, and then what we'll do is I'll put that in Sport Plus. See if it does anything different. Oh my goodness! Woo! Okay, sweaty palms. So we got a couple of corners. So boys, let's have some fun. Oh, look at this. I got respect to pedestrians. Look at this. Oh my, yep. Sport Plus is what I'm driving in if I buy this car. I don't really hear many factory pops though.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy on the, a few burbles here and there, but nothing.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I felt the drive logic. A very nice interior. It's very similar to the M4.
Yeah.
I love the carbon accents. I like the little M3 comp badge right there. That's pretty nice. A little touch. So now we're in sport everything. Let's try the brakes. Oh, actually really responsive. And now that, because I did construction on this road, it's not really an even surface now. Ever seen the movie Cars?
Yeah.
You ever seen, you know, when Lightning McQueen has to repave the road for the town, and it's all bumpy?
Yeah.
That's, we call it Lightning McQueen's road because it's that bumpy right now. Yep. So that's what it reminds me of.
Driving through Radiator Springs.
Yeah, driving through. Yeah, that's what it's called. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, driving through Radiator Springs. Yep. All right, we'll do a second gear roll from 25. Perfect. That was full throttle. Oh my god. I eased into it though. I didn't smash it. If I have enough space, I'll just punch it. Sure. Just one punch and see how we feel. Ooh, all right, I got enough space. I'm gonna have to do it now. We're gonna do second and now. Oh my goodness. Woo. Sweaty palms. Those sport brakes work really well. Woo. That was a good punch too. My god, that feels so crisp. Yeah, there's not a lot of lag in this thing at all. It just cruising. The only thing I've ever hated about this car is the front bumper. And I know that was a big thing too when these first came out 3 years ago. It's growing on me a little bit. And to be honest, now that I'm seeing this a little bit more in person, I personally think this bumper looks better on an M3 than an M4. I don't know. I don't think it looks right on the M4. I think they need to switch it up just a tad bit. You know what I mean? And then maybe keep it on this. Because I like the way it looks on this. I think it fits now, yeah. I think the M4s, it still looks a little funky with the 2 doors. You know, that's just my opinion, of course. That's just what I thought. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. The motor sounds amazing too. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, it's too much fun. I love the quick shifting. I think quick shifting should be in every performance car ever made. Unfortunately, it's not. We'll do a shut up and drive moment. I'll put the window down a little bit. I know it's hot. On the straightaway. Test those brakes. They work well. Oh, that was fun. Palms are getting sweaty in this car. That's how you know it's good. Whew. God. Wow, what a hell of a drive that was, boys. That was freaking insane. So, one thing to note on this car is that it is super responsive. It is something that you just don't expect when you drive it, but it is insane. That 500 horsepower feels like 500 horsepower, that I will say. That is amazing. I am just blown away by how amazing this car is. The radio bumps, surround sound's amazing, carbon fiber everywhere. This thing is murdered out. Wait till you see the outside of this thing. I love the carbon fiber paddles. A little out there, but I'm messing with it. Why not, Beamer? Go all out. Once again, like I always say about my BMWs that I drive, this is an enthusiast car. Do not buy one of these cars if you're not going to drive it the way it's supposed to be driven, especially the M's. This is an enthusiast car. It's what this car was made for. It is meant for drifting. It is meant for the track. It is meant to be driven hard, and I proved every bit of that when I drove it. It drove fine in drive. It drove fine in comfort, or efficient. But as soon as I put everything in sport, as soon as I put it in sequential, this car opened up. It did everything it needed to do. It was excellent. I give this car a 9 out of 10. The reason why I don't give it a 10 is I'm still not in love with that front bumper, and I'm not in love with all the new technology. Like I said during the drive, I love performance cars without all of the technology, but I guess for safety and emissions reasons, they add all that stuff in there. Still not a fan of that. I will degrade any car because of that, but overall, the seats are beautiful and they're comfortable. The entire interior of this car is amazing and comfortable. No sunroof, but it's not needed. With that being said, let's show you the outside. So if you guys don't already know or haven't seen, this is the outside of the new G80 M3s. Now, a couple things I'll note. Hood, beautiful. Headlights, absolutely astonishing. I'm tripping. That little blue accent trim piece is just amazing. And I'm over here thinking, hey, the F80s are the prettiest ones. These are really pretty, guys. I mean, if you haven't seen this in person, or you have a local BMW dealership or some dealership that has this for sale, just go take a peek at it in the parking lot. It is just that pretty. Now, the downside to this. What in the world is going on with this front bumper? I'm not a fan of these vents. I would like this better if this was gone and this was all open. I think that's what's gonna clear this up, and I'm hoping in the next couple of years BMW does that. If not, it's doable. I can deal with it. It's just not my favorite. But the front end of this car is still pretty all around overall. I'm just not a fan of that. Not a huge fan of that really at all, but it's okay. Now we go around the car, like I said, it is just beautiful. Factory wheels are just amazing. Pirelli tires on it, M3 comp badge on the side. The newer M mirrors are pretty, not as pretty as the older M mirrors, but they are pretty cool. Obviously, you have M Performance quad tips, just like you have in all the other Beamers, all the other M3s. Factory lip right here is actually very nice looking, accented. Beautiful fin on the top. Taillights are just astonishing in this car. And it has pretty good factory sound, I must say. But here's what it needs on the outside. More carbon. But I will say, fitment on the wheels are beautiful. I mean, obviously you've seen some builds on this. If you've seen this car, it's been around for a couple years. I'm a little late to the game on this car. But I will say this, very happy to be able to drive it and see it in person, up close and personal, because this car really is beautiful. If you just take a peek from back here, and that is a really aggressive looking front end, really wide bodied car. It's a little wider than the F80s, I believe. Definitely a little bit more sleeker around the front. While the F80s, they were more sleeker around the back, these are more sleeker around the front. I really appreciate that. And it has a lot more potential. With that 500 horsepower, you can add a really nice exhaust, really nice intake, do a turbo build on it. Obviously throw some HREs or something on it, use those as your track wheels. Front lip, add more carbon. And I was also told that that the 2025 M3s now have over 520 horsepower, so insane. Now, for all you people who like to buy this car and just have it for economy reasons, your back seat room, not too bad. This is not the carbon competition option. This is the just regular competition seats. You have dual climate back here, 2 USB-C ports. You have some decent room. If you're bigger than about 5'7", 5'8" like me, it might be a little tougher with your legs, but headspace is plenty, you won't run out. What I do plan on doing is potentially driving some of the older ones. So kind of just comparing through the years, maybe we'll do an M3 series. So we'll do my buddy Garrett's 97, M3, which is E36, then we'll do an E46, and then we'll do an E92, and then we'll do the F80s, and we'll compare. Maybe we'll do a little series, I'll have a playlist, and we'll create that series, and we'll try to drive each one. We're gonna keep it with autos. The only non-auto we're gonna have is Garrett's E36. So, because those really weren't made in autos back then, they were mainly manuals. So what we're gonna do is we'll do that one as a manual, and the other ones we're gonna do autos. Since this one was an auto, we'll do the other ones as an auto. We'll do all the DCTs, and we'll pretty much create a series, and we'll compare each one. If that sounds good to you boys, that sounds great to me. I'm thinking about doing that. So we'll go around, we'll do the V8s, we'll go through all of it. It's gonna be amazing. But for starters, for my first ever M3 that I've ever driven, I've been driven in a couple of them, but I've never driven them. This thing is fast. Very fast, very quick. Handling is amazing in this thing. Is it worth 90K brand new? No. 70, 75 at most, in my opinion. But unfortunately, in this economy, in this world, that's where we're heading. So we kind of have to deal with it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's okay, it's doable. Wait till it's used. I think you can buy them now for like 58, 60K with like maybe 30 to 50K miles on it. Wait till they're used, wait till a little bit older, then snag one, unless you want to buy one for 90K brand new. If you think it's worth it, I'm just giving you my personal opinion, I don't think it's worth it. But boys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We have so much more content coming soon, so stay tuned. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you get notifications whenever I post videos. And boys, as usual, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.